let us move on to Friday nights at Marvel Stadium. It is the all-conquering Essendon Bombers who sit at the towering heights of 12th place on the ladder.
The AFL sleeping giant. Watch out, boys.
Yeah, geez. Versus the Adelaide Crows, of course. What was your favourite part of the early 2000s? What sticks out in your mind?
I mean, there was a lot of good stuff, mate. I mean, I was quite young at the time. I really enjoyed sitting down and watching Pokemon first thing in the morning on Cheese TV, followed by Dragon Ball Z Elite. But my favourite thing of the early 2000s probably would have had to have been...
having a sense of optimism?
Yeah.
Hope,
I mean,
not being depressed.
No, there was a little bit of that about it. Yeah, exactly right. Nah, look, those earlier Simpsons episodes. Coming home, 6 p.m. on Channel 10, and just knowing that you were going to get a treat. Beautiful.
That made those GOAT status. I'm about that. I'm about that. And of course, it is early 2000s theme for this show, which means that Essendon and Adelaide will be playing for the Hayden Skipworth ship berth at Port Headland, where you can dock your vessel.
Old Skippers.
Old Skippy.
Skippy.
Skippy the bush kangaroo. Look, 12th place, 15th, but it's not going to look it. I think the Crows have been quite plucky and bold the last couple of weeks, but their lack of talent is really, really showing across the park. And that's not a crack against the blokes that they've got out there playing. They're doing the best they can with what they've got.
It is what it is.
And more power to them. Dons, on the other hand, we take the PI55 out of them being... I'm just tidying up my swearing this week.
Oh, no, that's fine.
Let a few F-bombs go last week.
That's all right, mate. No drama.
Reel
it in.
Reining it back in. Dons, like Zach Merrett and Parish and Stringer, all of a sudden, it's like in Captain Planet. 2000s.
Oh, yeah.
It's like in Captain Planet when the kids put the rings together and they've summoned a big mulleted man, which in their instance was Captain Planet. In this instance is Sam Draper.
Sam Draper, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
They're playing astonishingly good football through the middle. Heppel's looking at his genuine best at the minute across half-back.
Correct.
Nick Hind, we've sung his praises.
Yep.
Nick Cox had a quiet game, but he doesn't need to have a busy one. There's enough else going on.
Correct.
Harrison Jones, I'm loving up forward.
Oh, I'm aware.
Have you heard the story about how he got to Essendon?
I have not.
He called up Adrian Dodoro during draft week.
Love that.
And said, listen, Dodders, mad fan, love the Bomber, don the sash. That's me. That's me since the get-go. That's me since the cradle. Get me to the Bombers now. Please get me to the Bombers now.
Lo and behold.
And Dodoro said, leave it with me. Hung up on him. Lo and behold, picked him up draft night.
I actually rate that.
I'm genuinely serious. That's how it happened.
I rate that highly. Good on you, Harry. Look, if no one's going to give you a chance, make it work.
He did. He took the ball by the horns, and look at him now.
Do not mind it at all.
Crows did not have an answer for Brisbane's midfield last week. All right, now, no Neil. Keys decided to tag Zorko out of nowhere and still racked up his own ball, which is great for Keys. Yep. Wasn't great for Zorko or fantasy owners. No. Klug was quiet. Jared Lyons did Jared Lyons things. That's 1 out of 4. Well, 1.5 if you give a half point to Klug. 1.5 out of 4. And they didn't have an answer for it. They got beat by, a good 50 points. What in God's name do you think Parish on fire, Merrett on fire, and Stringer on fire currently are going to do to them?
It's not a good setup for the Crows midfield. It is a real bad setup.
Hugely
bad.
But
obviously the Dons are not quite as talented as the Lions are. And I think you'd be stupid to suggest such things. But they are, in my opinion anyway, they are the best team outside the top 8 at the moment. And if they... if things start tracking well towards this back end of the season, they could make a late little push. But I think either way, they're going to get the win here because they are just the better side. Like you said, you've pretty much just stolen all my praises for the Crows.
That's what I do.
They do what they do, and that's about as good as it gets. The Bombers genuinely play good football when they want to. When they don't, like they switched off against the Cats, it turns into a shambles. I'm going to be tipping the Dons 1-39. Perfunctory, as you would say.
I do like that word. I'm also tipping the Dons 1-39. Dons, interestingly, have won their last 3 against the Crows.
Yep.
So that's just really tipping it over the line for me. Desmond, you'll be tipping the Bombers, I assume?
No.
No,
Ooh.
He's going the Crom.
Well.
He's going the Crom. That's an outrage. Anyways, I've got some bets on board for you. I'm looking at Darcy and... I don't need to say his last name. You should know who it is. And it's, and it's not Fogarty.
Yeah, no, it's not.
No, it's not. Darcy Parish. I'll say it anyway. Zach Merrett and Rory Laird, 30 plus apiece.
Yep.
Heppel, Langford, Hind and Stringer, 20 plus apiece. It's a big disposal multi. but that's paying about $8.
Good.
North of.
I actually had Parish 35 because I like the value at 2, and when he wants to, he will. He's had 40 plus three times this year.
3 times
I
this year.
think. So if he wants to, and he will want to, because who's going to stop him?
No.
So $2 is good value for that. And I also had Will Snelling for an anytime goal.
Big smelly Snelly.
Yeah, he's been a little bit like this.
How did I miss Harrison Jones? Get on Harrison Jones as well. I forgot him. Get on Harry Jones.
Perfect.
I like Snelling. I'm smelling Snelling.
Smelling Snelling.